Thank you, Madam Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and our honorable guest, George. Today I'm just going to talk about my life, nothing else. I was born in South Africa some 43 years ago. I was part of the generation which brought changes in that country. And now I'm just going to start from the beginning till now. What actually happened, I was so lucky because I was born in the royal crown. My mother, she's the daughter of the chief. From 1 year to 10 years, I didn't have any problem. Life was fantastic. Until my father came to say, now guys, it was 4 of us already. I'm taking you to go and get you a place to live. And then I started schooling under the tree. From grade 1 up to grade 12, I never used the electricity to study. I've been using the candle because it was part of the government to make sure that every African person becomes a failure in life. And my parents wanted me to be a successful person. I have to strive with the candlelight, studying, doing everything. Until now anyway, my village is electrified and everything is there. And just to give you the background of my tribe, which I come from, I'll just hand over you this to check the background of the tribe which I come from. I actually managed to study chemical engineering after I've worked for 2 years to save money because my father couldn't afford to pay for my fees. And the first job I started doing, it was just very hostile environment because you work with this group of white people who don't really want you to be there and working without qualification. And I was influenced by the treatment which they treated me to become a political activist. Anyway, everybody knows what goes with political activism. You have to face torture, detention, beatings, arrest, and all those things which I went through them personally. And when I started working, as I've already mentioned it wasn't easy because I could see I'm not going to be able to fulfill my dreams and hopes in life. And there was no way out to do it except maybe to start thinking of a business. Okay, I did start my own business. I wouldn't say I was successful, but through my own business, I managed to travel the world. The first time I went to Holland to go and see where these white people come from. And anyway, it wasn't a straight flight. I flew through Bulgaria, Sofia, through Vienna to Schiphol Airport in Holland. The greatest shock was when I was in Sofia. I saw white people cleaning. I said, my God, with a broom. Anyway, it's a story I'm going to tell them at home. Okay, I arrived in Holland. I've said a lot of things, of which nobody believed me when I arrived back home, when I told them what I saw. The same year, around November, I went to London to attend the World Travel Market to try to do some marketing there. Okay, I could see no. Because during apartheid, we didn't get any information from any country, we only know our own small world. Then I went to England and I found, oh, you do have poor whites, because in my country, if if you are white and you are poor, everybody will be very much shocked. Like, how can you have somebody who's white and poor? I saw like, oh, human beings are just human beings. They can be poor, they can be rich, just like any other person. Okay, 2004, I've been to England 3 times and traveling Africa. And I came to Australia in 2006 because I met Georgia, who's my wife now, in South Africa in 2001. And I've been hesitating to come to Australia because I've met a lot of Australians overseas and said, why should I come to Australia if all Australians don't want to live in Australia? Anyway, 2006 I came and it was really an eye-opener. I found that Australia is a very lovely country. It's very safe because we're friendly people. I said, okay, baby, I'm going back to South Africa to go and do the visa things, and I'll come back to Australia. Okay, presently, as I was saying, I've got 21 months already in Australia. And the first job which I did here, I arrived on Wednesday, and on Monday I started to be a door knocker, knocking at people's doors. It was really very scary, but I said, okay, I'll give it a try. Anyway, I get used to it. The team was so cooperative. They were teaching me the skill of how to do it. And if you see a lot of shoes outside, you know, probably these Asians living there. If you see a lot of trees outside, you know, it's an old person. If you see the grass is not mowed, you know, it might be a single woman living there. Okay, anyway, I started catching what they call it hay fever. I didn't even know that it was hay fever. My ass just started to be watery, sneezing and what. But fortunately, I left that job and I worked with Rams as a home loan manager. Okay, after 2 months with that hay fever, I was taking a mortgage for one of the South African specialists who saw my business card at South African shop. He said, he gave me the name of his friend and he called him. He wrote me a referral letter which takes about 3 months. He said, go and see this person, of which I was diagnosed with asthma, which I have to live with it. But I don't know whether I still have it now because I've been using my medication. And when the whole subprime mortgage happened, thank you.
No, carry on. Just wrap it up. Yeah.
Okay. When the whole subprime mortgage happened and then the business started not going right, and I found a job with AIMS, which is Adult Multicultural Education Services, to work with the refugees, to settle the new refugees in this country. And I've been with them ever since. And now I've been trying also to do, I've just talked to Jean now about the project which I've been involved with it. I try to bring the whole groups of African people together because we don't want to see ourselves transporting our problems which we have in Africa into Australia, to start fighting those tribal wars which we have there, which we don't need them in this country. And then I actually initiated that, and a lot of people turned up for that meeting, the first meeting on the 7th of February, and I'll be heading the second one on the 7th of March. And a lot of people are just for that idea, because it's not only Africans, also Australians and other nationalities have joined, and to give their perception about how they see us and how they can help, and which is just a group which I'm interested in building it. Thank you very much.